Did you choose your life? I mean really choose it. Not the surface stuff, where you live, what you do for work, the people you ended up around. I mean the deeper stuff, the way you show up, the role you play, the version of yourself you put forward when you walk into a room. Did you choose that? Or did something else choose it for you, long before you were old enough to have an opinion about it? I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Because when I look back at the kid I was, and I mean really look, not the version I told people about, I can start to see it. The shape of the rules being written in real time. I wasn't a bad kid, but I wasn't exactly the kid people thought I was either. I was quiet when I needed to be, responsible when someone was watching. I looked after my younger sister and genuinely liked being called the dependable one. That felt good. That felt like something. But I also lied. Not about small things necessarily, just about who I actually was, what I was actually doing, what I was actually thinking. And at the time I just thought, that's just me, that's just what I do. It didn't occur to me until much later that I wasn't lying because I was dishonest. I was lying because somewhere along the way, I'd decided the real version of me wasn't quite safe to show. Here's the thing about growing up in a house with a lot going on. And when I say a lot going on, I don't mean dramatic. I just mean the adults were busy, distracted, carrying things. Financial pressure, their own unresolved stuff, the general weight of just trying to get through the week. Nobody's villain in this story, that's important to say. Because when we start tracing these patterns back to childhood, it can start to feel like we're building a case against the people who raised us. And that's not what this is. People pass things down not because they're cruel, but because they never got shown anything different. Your parents were doing what their nervous systems learned, and their parents before them. It goes back further than any of us can see. But here's what happens in a house like that, without anyone intending it. The kids adapt. They read the room. They figure out what's needed. They learn which version of themselves makes things smoother and which version adds to the noise. And they quietly, without any fanfare, begin performing the version that works. Some kids get loud. Some kids get invisible. Some kids become the funny one, diffuse the tension, make everyone laugh, keep it light. Some kids become the responsible one, the helper, the one who just gets on with it. And everybody calls it personality. But is it? Or is it just the role the environment needed filling? I spent 14 years working in social care, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't passionate about it. I understood people. I could sit with someone and genuinely see where they'd come from and why they'd ended up where they were. That part came naturally. Too naturally, maybe. But the job itself? I did enough to get by. Enough to not cause problems. Enough to keep things smooth. And looking back, that makes complete sense to me now. Because I'd spent my whole childhood already doing that work. Reading rooms, managing atmospheres, being whatever the moment needed. And then I walked into a career that asked me to keep doing exactly that, but professionally, formally, every single day. Of course, I had nothing left to give it. I was running on empty before I even started. And here's the other thing. I lied. Not about small stuff, about things that mattered. And for a long time, I just thought that was a character flaw, something wrong with me specifically. But it wasn't really about honesty. It was about safety. Because I'd learned, not once, not twice, but enough times for it to stick, that when you rock the boat, there's a price. And sometimes that price is big. Big enough that your nervous system files it away and says, next time, just don't. So you don't. You find another way around it. You become very good at managing the surface of things while keeping the real stuff hidden. And you call it survival. Because that's exactly what it was. So here's the question I want to leave you with today. Not a heavy one, just one worth sitting with. Think about the role you play. In your family, in your friendships, at work, in relationships. The funny one, the responsible one, the strong one, the peacekeeper, the helper, the one who holds it all together. Did you audition for that role? Or did you just end up in it? Because most of us didn't choose our role. We inherited it. The environment had a gap and we filled it. And we filled it so well for so long that eventually we forgot it was ever a gap at all. We just thought it was us. And maybe parts of it are. But maybe, and this is the interesting bit, maybe underneath the role, there's a version of you that never got much airtime. The part that didn't want to be responsible that day, that wasn't in the mood to be funny, that had something real to say, but kept it quiet because the room didn't feel safe enough. That version didn't disappear. It just learned to wait. And part of this work, the nervous system work, the inner work, whatever you want to call it, part of it is just giving that version a bit more space. Not tearing down who you've become, just getting curious about who else is in there. Think about the role you play in the people's lives around you. Did you choose it? Or did it choose you? Drop it in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. Next episode, we're going to talk about something that doesn't get discussed enough. Why calm can feel wrong. Why good things can feel threatening. Why you can be doing everything right and still find a way to pull yourself back from it. That one's going to be interesting. This is Afro Sage.